I would say from a stress level,
Mm-hmm.
both of them are more stressful in this role.
Right.
They both have their pros of you'll probably make more on both sides if I had to guess. Definitely the AE side you'll make more. For the customer success side, I don't directly know how it works. I know their base salary's higher, but I think they make less in commissions.
Okay.
So you'll have more stability, but less overall gain. I personally think you would probably kill it in an AE role. The customer success side, I don't think would necessarily be horrible for you. I just feel you'll make a lot more money on the AE side. Like, I don't really see you, like, underperforming consistently. Like, I'm sure there's going to be a month or, like, your initial ramp up where you're, like, under.
What's up, guys? Tech Job Tina checking in. It is Friday the 21st. I figured I'd let you guys kick it with me on a Friday. We'll spend an hour together. I have my one-on-ones with my manager on Friday, so you'll be able to kind of listen in on that. It's going to be an interesting one-on-one because, was it yesterday? My manager, he messaged me in the chat, and he was like, hey, you got a second? And I was like, what's up? He said, there's an AE role coming available. He's like, you got the background experience, you know the industry, I think you'd be really good at it. Are you interested? And I'm like, what? I mean, I've been here 2 months, and don't get me wrong, I told y'all I was serious about promoting, right? But I was surprised when I got that message. I was happily surprised. And so I was like, yeah, I'm interested. And it was funny because today I had planned on bringing up the topic of exploring which route to take from my SDR role, because I either want to go account manager or account executive, and I wanted to bring that up today in our one-on-one. So I thought it was funny that he asked me that like the day before I was going to bring it up anyway. So yeah, it's exciting stuff, man. And then also my commissions, I'll be getting my first commission check at the end of the month, and actually it's going to be even more than I thought it was going to be, so that's a pleasant surprise. Definitely be showing you guys that as well at the end of the month. But a lot of good stuff going on, man. So let's get into the day and take it from there. Alright, so let me see here. Alright, I'm getting myself together so I can start making my calls. It's 9:19 a.m. right now. I've learned that I like to get into my calls during the 9 o'clock hour. I think 8 o'clock has been too early in some cases, but then again, you just never know. I've called some guys before 8 a.m. and they picked up, and I've been able to get a demo, so it's really hard to gauge. But majority of the time, I start my calls like during that 9 o'clock hour as well. And then also, I have a new thing going. I'm also getting inbound calls, just to kind of help out customer service and stuff like that. It can be any type of call. Sometimes I get calls from current customers wanting help with their account. Or sometimes I get customers that want to get a demo. So it's like kind of cool having that inbound line, because it's another avenue to help you get demos on the board, which is really cool. Yesterday, I think I got maybe like 3 demos from the inbound call line. Yesterday I had a bomb day. I booked 9 demos yesterday. It was like off the chain yesterday, and I needed it because on Wednesday I only booked 1 demo. That's my worst day like ever. I booked 1 demo. It was like struggle bus city on Wednesday for real. Booked 1 demo on Wednesday. Really needed that 9 yesterday because that made up for Wednesday, so that put me on par. So as I'm looking right now, I'm at, I booked 20 demos so far this week. And the thing about the demos is sometimes they fall off. So if they're unqualified for whatever reason, they fall off. So it's better to get more demos than what you need, because you have to expect that a few of them are probably going to fall off. Whether that be they didn't show up to the demo, or for some reason they deemed them unqualified. For whatever reason, they'll fall off. I don't have many. I might have maybe 3 or 4 that might fall off out of the 70 or 80 or whatever that I've booked. So you definitely want, so if your quota is X, you want to be able to book more demos than whatever that quota is, because you have to account for the fact that some of them might not qualify. That's just how it is, right? But anyway, so far so good. I'm sitting at, let me look at the board. I got 53 qualified demos on the board right now. My ramp quota for this month is 30, so I've already passed that, right? I'm almost double that. Probably double that ramp quota by the end of the day. I created 50. I booked 58 demos, but out of the 58 so far, 53 have qualified. Let's see here. So we'll see what that looks like when the dust settles. All right, so let me get my life together over here right quick. Let's see. Company name. Do my housekeeping over here. Ooh, my stomach is growling. Y'all, I haven't been eating my breakfast in the morning. At least I don't eat it before I start work. Because I noticed that when I get up in the morning, I'm not hungry. So I'll just drink water, maybe have a black coffee or green tea or something. And I found that my stomach wakes up about 10 o'clock. But today is waking up 30 minutes early. I don't know what that's about. But I try to wait till about 10. I'll usually take like a 15-minute break, go get me some breakfast and eat that. And then I'll lunch like at 1 o'clock for an hour. Sometimes I eat, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm still full from breakfast, so sometimes I'll just go and maybe read or watch YouTube or do something, take a walk or whatever. And then after that 1 o'clock, come in, finish up the second half of my calls, and then just kind of end the day there at 5 o'clock. Alright, let's see. Hey, is this Nate? Hey Nate, this is Tina over here. Happy Friday to you. I can call you. We're closed on the weekend, Nate. I can call you. You want me to call you late in the day when you get off? Oh, okay. You're driving. Okay. Well, good deal. I can give you a call back maybe next week. If that's better for you, then we can talk about what you want to do as far as commercial construction goes. You want to try next week? Okay. Are you going to be available on Monday? Okay. You want morning time or afternoon? I'll do whatever works for you. Okay. So how about this? I'll call you at 9 a.m. on Monday. Is that all right? Mm-hmm. Okay, good deal. What I'll do is I'll send you a text message to remind you, all right? I'll call you at 9 a.m. on Monday and we'll talk about your business a little bit more, okay? All right, no problem. Have a good weekend. All right, bye. All right, so let's see here. So Alright, so that guy was busy. I couldn't tell what he was doing, but he was in the middle of something. Sounded like a really nice guy though, so I'm gonna send him a text message, kind of saying, "Hey, we just spoke. I'll give you a call on Monday morning." Blah blah blah. So let me see. Copy, paste. Voicemail. Alright. I'm gonna spin the block on that. I'm gonna call him again. Let's see. It's ringing. I went to voicemail again. Shoot. Alright, on to the next one. And what I'm gonna do, it sounded like a cell phone. Before I actually go into the next one, I'm gonna send a text message right quick. And I have 2 appointments today for customers that want demos. I got one customer I gotta call at 11, and one customer I gotta call at 2. And then I got one I'm gonna call at 10:30. I don't know if he's gonna answer. It's not like an official appointment because he never confirmed, but we'll see if he answers his phone. Alright, so that text just went out the door. Let's see here. Before I call some of these, I like to try to get on their website and get an idea of what they do. I see a lot of residential stuff on here, so hopefully they're trying to do commercial. Kitchen and bath renovation, flooring and painting, wall coverings. Alright, let's see how this shit goes, because she got a lot of residential stuff on her website. And we don't do residential, so hopefully they're trying to move into commercial. Voicemail. Alright, I'm about to send her a text message. This voicemail city today. Hey Marcus, giving you a shout. I hope you're having a good Friday so far. Touching base with you. I know you were interested in getting more information on the service and how it can help you get some more commercial projects to bid on. My number over here, shout, so we can talk more about what kinds of commercial projects you're interested in pursuing, and just kind of getting the overall more information about what you're looking to do as far as coverage areas and all of that. Hope to talk to you soon. This is Tina over here. What's up, y'all? It is now 12:45. I had my lunch early. I typically go at 1. I went early because all the account executives were tied up in a meeting. So it was no use in me booking a demo if I can't get nobody to do the demo. So I was like, let me go ahead and go to lunch. Just now getting back. Going to finish this other half of the day and go from there. My one-on-one, he pushed back because he's busy. My one-on-one is typically at 11:30. He was busy, so we're going to do it after 12:30 sometime today. So that's what I got going on right now. Still trucking along. I've only got one demo today, which doesn't surprise me. Fridays, like I said, are typically slow. Every once in a while, you have a surprisingly busy Friday, but that doesn't typically happen. So as I stand right now, like I said, I booked, let's see here, 20 demos. Is that right? Yeah. 20 demos so far this week, which is pretty typical. That's a pretty good week. I like to get 25 so I can get like a lot of demos in for the month, so I can get those nice accelerators on that commission if I can, but I'll settle for 20. 20 gets me to hitting my quota plus some, so can't necessarily complain about that. So here I am right now, just kind of doing some research on some prospects before I actually call them. So yeah, that's how I got. That's what I got. So let's get to it. This is Tina over here at Dodge Out. I know you're looking to get some more information to perhaps bid on some commercial projects. I want to kind of call you and get a feel for what type of work you were interested in doing on the commercial side, and just kind of hear overall what kind of work you guys did, so we could see how we could best help you. My number is 60. Take care. Bye. Thank you for calling. How can I help you? Dot. Hey. Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Not right now. We're like, everybody's remote right now, so we're not really doing a whole lot of that at this time. So maybe you want to check back. Yeah, maybe we want to check back later at some point, but everybody's gone fully remote. You too. Thank you. Bye. Hey Tom, it's Tina over here at the book. How's it going? Good. It's not gonna take up too much of your time. Just want to give you a call and talk to you a little bit about what you do, and then get you on a call to find out what type of projects we got out there. So tell me, I was looking. So you do the coatings on the big steel tanks? Is that what you do? Awesome, awesome. So those big industrial petroleum and steel or water or whatever they have in them, you do the coatings on those. Any tank. Awesome. Okay, cool. So that's pretty cool. Awesome. Okay, that's pretty cool. So how far do you guys go out from Appleton? Are you staying in town? Are you traveling 50 miles out? What do you do? Okay, that's good. All right, good deal. So I think I have you for that. I think that was okay. Okay, good. So I'll put that in there. All right, good deal. I think I had everything I needed on you. I can go ahead and get you over. I had your bid address. All right, good. All right, good deal. Okay, well, let me go ahead and get you over so you can get the rest of your questions answered, look at some projects and everything. You're going to hear the phone ring. I'm not going to leave you, Tom. I'm going to stay on the phone until they pick up, and then I'll introduce you and kind of let you go from there. If for some reason I lose you, I'll call you right back. My transfers have been flaky today, but let's give it a try. Let's go on over here. Awesome. All right, let's see what we got. All right, I'm still here with you. Hey, John, Tina over here on the SDR team. How's it going? I'm good, thank you. Hey, I got, and he wants to get some more information on her service. I want to connect you two guys together and go from there. He's out of Appleton, Wisconsin. I'll send you over his information, okay? Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Tom. Have a good one. Thank you. All right, so let me see here. Yes, is Trey in? Sure, this is Tina at Blue. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. This Tina free access membership on our platform right now. I just wanted to kind of talk to him about it. My number is fantastic. Awesome. Have a good weekend. Thank you. Bye. All right, I'm about to take me a 15-minute break before my one-on-one on 2:30 at 2:30. I got two demos so far. Well, today it is 2:15. My manager wants to do the one-on-one at 2:30, and so I'm gonna get up and take me a few minutes before I get on the phone with him. Sometimes you gotta get up from your chair. You can't stay planted in this seat for a long period of time. I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, I have to get up and move around at least every couple hours. I have to get up. I don't even care if I walk a circle around my house. I cannot stay planted in this chair. So I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Had to go get me something sweet. Give me a little pick me upper. Went and dropped me a little brown sugar Pop-Tart in the toaster. Eat on that until my manager calls me and we get this one-on-one popping. Oh, I forgot my juice. I drink this.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Oh man, that was a nice 2-hour long chain of talking. So,
oh
God.
Jesus.
All right. So, realistically, I don't have too much direct for you, and I know we got to talk about the AE stuff, and I'm also just waiting on a response from Katie too.
Okay.
But let's see. So you are at 55 qualified this month, which is solid, and you have more probably going to get qualified. So you're on a really good pace to hit like probably into the 80s, which I mean, given it's July and also it's 19 days instead of our usual 22 to 23, like solid as hell.
Okay.
So that's good. The other thing is the unqualified ops. I saw you had, or the unqualified or no-show ones. I saw you had 3. So I just wanted to go over those just to see if there was anything like reasoning, or if like there was anything you had like questions about or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let me see. Let's go from the oldest one first. Okay. 7/17. So the TLB, that one got marked as, which these stages just popped up. It was no show to discovery. So what do you know what happened with this one?
Yeah, on that one, I remember I talked to him. It was on one of those days where we could not direct transfer into the queue because it was dropping all the calls. And so I ended up sending it to, who was the sales rep on that one?
No, that's wrong up.
Was it John?
Yeah, I think it was John Hopper.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember that. And I remember he contacted the guy, and he sent me in the chat. He goes, hey, the guy said he wasn't interested. He could find this same information on Google. So I was like, okay. So that sounded like he talked to him. So I was like confused. So did he show up? Did he not show up? Did you talk to him? Because he said he wasn't interested. So I was like, okay. He was like, he said he wasn't interested. He could find this information on Google. I'll just send him some marketing materials. That's what he told me.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's going to find on Google.
Right. I was like, well, we've been around longer than Google, so I don't know. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, I'll dive into that one.
Okay.
I'll have I think it's Katie is this person.
All right.
That's Ken. I'll have Ken ask just about this one.
Okay.
Just to see what will happen with that one.
Okay.
The other one is I'm just hanging on. I'm exiting out of everything. I have at least 80 tabs open. we're just gonna start from zero again.
Killing your laptop over there.
I'm like trying to click it, and I can't even click onto the tab because it's so small. We're just starting from scratch again. I was like, if I can find it quick enough, it's gone. So let's go.
All right, cool.
Okay. Log in again and SDR list. Okay, so that's one of them. I'll have Ken look into that, and we still obviously have like a week to figure out if we're going to move that one or not.
Okay.
So I'll see what happens with that one. If anything, like any of these unqualifieds and stuff, you reach out to the people again. You know, see if you can get a meeting set up or like what might have happened on your side too.
Okay.
It's just, you know, helpful so you have that stuff too.
Okay.
The other one was Martinez by Natural Stuff Sounds. Fine.
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember. Was his name Hector?
Yeah, that was with Kendrick. The last two were with Kendrick, so I'm trying to say Griffin doesn't have a license to do commercial, was working under a different company. Okay. So, gotcha. Okay, this one makes sense because this guy is just trying to branch out and whatever. It's just, you know, a situation that happens. That's whatever. Like, I've had people spoke to prospect, only does residential work. Thought we had residential projects, not licensed or insured. Okay. So definitely the Rabbit Design Remodeling one, I'll link it to real quick. Reconnect with this guy and just see if they do commercial. Okay. Some people are, I literally just explained this to the person I was just interviewing. I was like, sometimes you're going to have, because he came from insurance sales. So I was like, yeah, we're going to have like stupid people like in this space too. It's like, where it's like, they tell you like, you do commercial? Oh yeah, I do commercial. I do it all the time. Blah blah blah. Let's just talk to somebody else. I don't do any of this. Like,
that's happened to me like several times. Like I know for sure I said commercial. They're like, oh yeah, they're all on board, and then they get to the other side, and all of a sudden it's a different conversation. I'm like, what the hell, dude?
Stuff. And you're like, do you do this? It's like, no, we've established that.
Right.
So yeah, this one, the Rabbit. Just reach out to the guy again. See if there is any commercial stuff, or maybe he's like only residential now, but wants to get into commercial. If he wants to get into commercial and is capable of doing it, good lead. Okay. It's just if he's like, you know, like whatever, and he's like, you know, fishy around it, right? Whatever it is, what it is. Okay. But at least it doesn't hurt to shoot him another email and a text just to see if he can pull it back again.
Yeah, I'll double check.
But that one's whatever.
So if they do come back,
give me an update for the first one we talked.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. Cool. So on the
that's about.
Let me ask you a question on the Rabbit one. So if I do touch base with them again, they say, "Oh, I didn't understand. We could do apartments, condos, and townhouses, or whatever the case is." Do I just throw it right back at Kendrick and say, "Hey, I verified they do commercial"? Okay.
Yeah. Pass it right back to him and just say, "Hey, this guy says he does, you know, work on apartments and stuff like that." You know, when I asked about like light commercial stuff, like a restaurant, a retail store, like small office or whatever, he said no. He just does this stuff. You know, he's willing to take a look and see if we have stuff in that space. Okay. Like, and at least you can do it on that. And then, like, if Kendrick goes through it and the guy's, like, looking, he's like, no, like, it's whatever. He can just basically mark it as, like, you know, project content is not, like, there for this guy. Because technically it does fall under commercial space as long as it's, like, I would just preface it as, like, you know, commercial apartment complexes, senior living facilities, hotels, motels. Would you work on that type of stuff? See what they say, because to some people, they're like multifamily is like a house that's, you know, two people live in it. Like, they're not thinking in the same space as us. So just confirm that side, and if it is cool, send it back. If not, whatever. Okay. But that's realistically it that way. Okay. Other than that, I got nothing directly for you, so we can go over the AE side stuff. Okay. With the AE role and the AM role, I don't know if you would go directly into an AM role or a customer success role first, and then they slice you up from there and move you into that. The AE role is basically, you know, our side of it. You get a call, and obviously there's prospecting on their side as well, which you're completely fine with. It's, you get the call, you talk to the guy, you do like a mini discovery in a sense, just to like confirm realistically the information that you get from our team. And then from that point, it's basically about building the contracts, following up to finalize the deals, doing a full demo of the products and services, and going through like, okay, hey, you're a roofing contractor and I didn't look up Alabama. These are the people who are advertising now. You know, this is what you get with ProView, how you would find projects. You know, hey, here's an example of roofing projects in Alabama. Show them this stuff. Go through it, go into pricing, and, you know, give them, hey, you have this option, which is my recommendation for you. The best option we have would be this one. It's higher than what I recommended, but it's this option. 15 accounts, but had a lower AVO and ended at like $55,000. Somebody else sold 10 accounts, but sold them at an $8,000 AVO and had an $80,000 month.
Gotcha.
So you can kind of achieve it however which way works, and obviously month to month it's going to vary for sure. But that's your typical thing. In terms of calls and that type of stuff, I didn't get any feedback yet from them on what their specifics are, like how many calls and stuff like that they're looking for you guys to make. If I had to imagine, probably not more than what you're making now.
Right.
So it's got to be comparable, if not easier, on the call front. And it's definitely more about like the engagement, the follow-ups, the consistency, doing the demos and prospecting and that type of stuff.
Right.
Coming from an SDR role and just your background in general, I don't see either of those things really being an issue for you. It's really just around how to do the demo, present the value from a sales standpoint rather than just like where we kind of leave it off. So like actually hard selling the value, sticking to objection handling, like that type of stuff. The customer success side would be more so obviously existing customers typically coming to you with a problem that you have to try to resolve, work around. From what I've seen, there's a little bit of flexibility with how they can kind of do stuff for renewals and, you know, solving problems and that type of stuff. So you have a little bit of leeway there, I think, to kind of solve problems and be a little bit creative on that front. There's definitely the renewal aspect to it, which the goal that we were going off of, which I'm assuming is still in place, is to try to be renewing people 120 days out. So like be calling your October renewals now, basically, in a sense. Well, you know, working July, working August, and working September, you're still calling, introducing, problem solving for October, getting as much stuff locked in as soon as possible, and then obviously stuff is going to trickle out to those months.
Right.
But the goal is to basically be like 4 months ahead, so that when October comes, it's not like, hey, it's October, I'm Tina, it's time for your renewal.
Right.
It's like, hey, we've had 3 conversations, we've had a meeting, you said you were on the fence, like, what are you thinking right now? Like, has your experience changed in the last 3 months that you want to, you know, continue with this? Or, hey, you call the guy in October, hey, everything's great. Okay, cool, let's lock in your renewal early, and, you know, I'll just keep checking in with you.
Right.
Like, it could be both sides of it. I would say from a stress level, both of them are more stressful in this role. Right. They both have their pros of you'll probably make more on both sides, if I had to guess. Definitely the AE side you'll make more. For the customer success side, I don't directly know how it works. I know their base salary's higher, but I think they make less in commissions. Okay. So you'll have more stability, but less overall gain. I personally think you would probably kill it in an AE role. The customer success side, I don't think would necessarily be horrible for you. I just feel you'll make a lot more money on the AE side. Like, I don't really see you, like, underperforming consistently. Like, I'm sure there's going to be a month or, like, your initial ramp up where you're, like, under. But long term, I don't see that as, like, an issue. So I would say your earning potential is definitely higher over there. I would also say on the CS side versus the AE side, probably a lot more stress and high tension type stuff. Yeah. Because it's people that have already spent money. If they're having a negative experience, now you get to deal with the brunt of it. Right. What somebody else kind of set up, and you're just the the middleman solving the problem type of thing. So there's definitely a lot of that over there. Like I said, I think the AE role would be a good fit for you. You come from the background, your personality and just the way you go about doing business makes sense. Your self-drive and everything like that is also tied into that too. What questions do you have about it? That would be like concerns for you, or like anything that way that would be like, maybe I don't want to do this yet, or hey, it sounds good, but like I would rather do a lot of training first and then apply to this at the end of the year or something like that. Right. Because obviously this is not like you have to apply to this and this is your one opportunity, whatever. There's just a spot right now in the Northeast that like could get filled by you. I have Ryan also doing this as well. Okay. But realistically, I haven't had time to train you guys, or one, really get anything in place. Yeah. And two, you guys are both brand new to the company. So it's like, it's a matter of, obviously your own personal situations, like outside of work and everything, to tie into this. Do you want to take a chance on this? Would you rather just like, hey, I'm doing great right now. Like, this is let me just kind of build up. I'm okay applying to this later. Like, I don't really care.
Right.
It's really up to you.
Okay.
Like, if you want to take that step now, there's an option. It's not a guarantee by any stretch. It's just more of like, you have the ability to go apply, and like, I'll encourage it.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, like, I like what I'm doing right now. I want a little bit more consistency before I feel comfortable taking that. Cool. Like, it's welcome.
Right. Okay.
Like,
yeah.
I do not want to get rid of you, but like, I'm not going to hold you back from going somewhere.
Right.
So it's really up to you on what you think. So like, what questions do you have, and like, how do you feel about everything?
Okay. Well, it's funny because what you were saying about CS, even when I was thinking about account manager, I thought about it the same way you just said it when I was trying to lay out, okay, which one has the higher stress level. And I was like, okay, AE, you pretty much, you're closing the deal, and it's almost like you're kind of moving on to the next one. So you're not like having to be stuck, you know, with a situation.
The hard thing is really the quota. That's
right.
That's really the hard thing with the AE role is you don't have like the consistency to know what's going to happen. You're going to have people like, oh, I'm forecasting I'm going to have a $60,000 month. And then this guy that's been telling you yes, just starts ghosting you. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, now I'm down to 52. And then another guy that, you know, says he's going to buy a $7,000 program. You know, hey, can you just send me the $2,000 one? That's the one I want to get going. Right. Okay, we're down to 45 now. Now we're cutting it close. Yeah. Okay, these guys that I was taking a 50-50 chance on, they fell off the earth. Now I'm down to 36. Now it's like, what the hell's going on? You have that side of it. Yeah. But then you also have like the, okay, cool, I did all this stuff. I'm ahead of goal. I'm making a, you know, I believe it's a higher base salary, higher overall commissions. Yeah. Like, I'm doing great. Like, you have both sides of it. Yeah. But you enter every month at like I have my pipeline and I got to go poke the SDRs, send me some cool stuff. I find some cool stuff. Like, that's where it gets like challenging and stressful. But that's really your stress is like how consistently you can do that. And for some people, like that's like a make or break of like, I don't like not knowing what it holds. But the SDR role is similar to that. It's similar, it's just, I would say it's lower stakes if you miss, in a sense.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. And I don't know if you know the answer to this question, because when I think about what the SDRs bring to the AEs and what the AEs are responsible for doing on themselves, I think in my opinion, I would be like, well, what the SDRs bring to me would be like icing on the cake. I would not be depending upon that. That'd be just extra. So what percentage is coming from the SDRs as far as what the AEs get?
Honestly, it depends person by person. We just, they all hands meeting that happened. Mark and I were on it just to want to talk about talk desk so we can try to tighten up transfer times. But two, it also gives us insight as to like what they're talking about. And realistically, it was nothing around like the SDRs or like anything positive or negative around us. In fact, it was mainly only positive stuff about us. But what we did go over was like how some AEs are prospecting versus others, how some AEs are doing their pipeline versus others. So people definitely have their own strengths and weaknesses, so it's really hard to tell. Someone like Matt Christensen, who just said on our call, he prospected on his own $25,000 in business this month, supplemental to what the SDRs are going to transfer over naturally and stuff like that. Like at this point in the month, he has $25,000 that he's accounted for that he created. Other people are like, well, you know, I've gotten, you know, 6 SDR transfers and I closed 3 of them, but I didn't make any of my own thing and they're struggling. I've, you know, only gotten SDR transfers, but I closed at a high AVO. I'm good. Like, yeah, that's great. You're going to need to do a mix. Like, that's what Tracy's looking for. That's what is going to honestly just help you and, you know, advance your career and do all that stuff is you're doing both. So you're going to be prospecting. You're going to be basically dealing with everything. So it's no hard thing. It's going to be flexible depending on the month. Some month you might open the month with a $15,000 sale. And be like, okay, like I can relax a little bit. Maybe this is the month that I want to take my vacation because I know I'm going to hit my goal and not be stressed out about it. Okay, cool, I'll do that. Or hey, I got a $15,000 sale. Let me prospect my ass off so I can get extra commission this month. Like, there's so many different approaches to it, but realistically, I would say your best chance of success is to do both. You're going to need to figure out a way to do your own stuff. There's obviously stuff that we have like internally that you can use. You can kind of attack it however you see fit. And obviously, I think that biggest thing that's really going to impact it is your ability to objection handle and close larger deals.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what Jeff's team, like the West team, is very good at doing. Mm-hmm. Is they all have high AVOs, or AOVs is the term we're using today moving forward. Average order value. So they have high AOVs. They are closing, between 10 to 20 deals a month, which is great. Mm-hmm. But when you couple that with a high AOV, the math makes you hit goal.
Right.
Right. That's what it is. So if you can sell 20 accounts, but if you're selling them bronzes just to get them in the door and move on, it's not going to work.
Right.
You need to sell a gold or sell a platinum and have that number in mind and say, hey, you need this for this reason. Like, this is why I'm presenting this to you, is because this is the best option for your company. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, that's out of my budget. Hey, I get it's out of your budget, but this is what you need. Right. Mm-hmm. You came to me with this problem to solve this and do all this for you. This is what it costs, to do that. Mm-hmm. And it's sticking to your ground and doing whatever. Mm-hmm. That's the difference maker for a lot of these people, is the people that can, hey, like, I don't want to spend $7,000 a month. Be like, hey, like, I don't want to get paid what I get paid. But that's the reality. You make the situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it is. And, like, you're going to have people that are like, oh, well, just give me the cheapest option that you have, right? Mm-hmm. How do you handle that? Like, what do you say back to them? Like, are you creative with it? Are you just rude? Are you, like, you have to kind of adapt it person to person. Yeah. Because, like, if someone says, like, oh, well, just give me the lowest price, be like, well, why would I, just give you the lowest price? Like, is that how you want GCs to be at you as well? Like, oh, well, hey, Tina's Roofing does really great work, but wasn't the lowest price. Screw them.
Right.
Like, that's not how this industry operates. Like, there's a premium to the service.
Hey, is Juan in? You probably can, or you can take a message if you can't help me. This is Tina over. You guys have a free membership on our platform. I just want to kind of call and talk to you guys and see if you do much commercial, or are you mainly your customers residential customers? They are. Okay, yeah. So you did help me. Hey, this message for David. This is Tina over here at the Blue. You have a free listing on our platform right now, and it looks like you may engage with a lead or two every once in a while. Just want to give you guys a shout to see if you want to set up 10 or 15 minutes one day next week to take a look at the full access service to see if you think it would bring any value or bring any more additional business your way. It just be 10 or 15 minutes, no pressure, just kind of take a... All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it right here. You're able to check out my one-on-one that I had today. It was a really good one-on-one. Me and my manager had a conversation about what it would look like going account executive role right now versus waiting a little bit longer, get the training I need to get up and running. And we also discussed what it would look like going customer success to get to account management, or if I could just go to account management. So really cool. Here I am, man. I've been in this job since May 15th. So I'm really happy to hear that they're already considering me for an account executive role after only being here a short time. So I definitely know it's definitely going to happen. It's just a matter of when. Like I said, and how I expressed to him during our one-on-one, my goal is to be in an account executive position first quarter of 2024. And he already said that that's probably the best plan. That way I can spend 10 weeks. He can train me on the account executive role. And that way I can hit the ground running, as opposed to jumping over there really quick, not getting the training, and really have to kind of figure it out myself. I really want to be able to start performing at a high, at a high pace as soon as I get over there. I just want to hit the ground running. I don't want to be held up by what I don't know, because I'm new. I just want to be able to really get in there and get it, because as he kind of expressed, that you're not going to get a lot of training once you get over there. They're really going to be kind of expecting you to kind of just hit it. And if I can just slow down, of course I want the account executive role for sure. I mean, that's what we want, right? You get into tech sales, everybody wants to be AE, right? But that comes with a price. And I need to be sure that I am prepared to pay that price, because I'm looking to be here for the long haul. The worst thing you could possibly do is get yourself so caught up in having that title that you jump over there before you're ready. It's really going to really going to stunt your growth. Might even mess up your reputation, possibly slow down your career because you jumped at the wrong time. So sitting here in this SDR role, getting the foundational skills up, just getting used to this role, and then transitioning over to the AE role is definitely working better for me. I can't imagine having gone straight to an AE closer role. I'm very grateful that I had the mind to say, you know what, Tina, we're going to start at the bottom, get good there, and then work our way up from there, which is basically what I'm doing. So like I said, it's awesome that they've already kind of considered me as a potential candidate for an AE role so quickly. But I'm going to pump my brakes. I'm going to get the training that I need so that I can seriously look at transitioning into an AE role first quarter 2024. And like I said, hey, so far so good. I'm definitely, even as an SDR, I'm going to make a lot of money. I saw the gross on my commission check, y'all, and it is even more than I thought it was going to be. That's going to be an exciting video. I'm going to show y'all what it is. When Uncle Sam have his way with it, I'm going to show you what's left, right? So that's all I got for now. Y'all have a great weekend, man. It's been a really good week.